Any national swimming coach in the country aspires that one day they might get inducted to this Swimming Hall of Fame, and it's a dream that I've had for years, and now it's become a reality, and I'm elated that this occurred. I had a passion to be the number one, best coach if I could in the country, and I knew that was going to take that I had to outcoach and put in more hours of practice than anyone else, and that's what I did, and it paid off.
We were both swimmers, so I knew about athletics because we were both athletes. But you have to be a coaching wife or husband to know what it's like. It's all-consuming. There is no other way.
Well, I can speak for my brother, I think, too, that both of us had what I would consider to be an unconventional childhood. There are very few people that have thousands of brothers and sisters, in essence, is what it was like to grow up from a pretty young age to having an open door where there were numerous other kids older than us usually that were in the house from early in the morning until sometime late in the afternoon. Our summer, the house was always filled with swimmers working out in the garage. And it certainly was unconventional, I will say that.
As our daughter Anne said, "Mother, you made it very, very easy for Dad because you took care of everything and all he had to concentrate on was coaching."
I think that what I've grown to appreciate and learn is that it was a blessing. That the experience to have that, to have people from foreign countries be a part of your family, to see different cultures, to have the real rich experiences that we had in our lives is who we are today, and it's what is added to our lives.
It's more than just being on the pool deck. Coaching, you have to be there, I think, and educate and talk to your swimmers about what they want to do with their life, and that someday, they were going to have to leave the sport of swimming, and they should prepare their life to do that. I guess I tried to sell the swimmers on some really decent values and standards of behavior, and that they would use those things. One that we had was that the team was more important than the individual's performances, and I think that applies later in life. You go work for a corporation or somewhere, you better be able to get on the team, be a team player. And I think the dedication, the things that they learned through swimming, the hours of getting up at 5:30 in the morning to go practice, work out twice a day, they tell me today that those standards of behavior and values have helped them be successful in their careers today.
I never missed, other than the few in the winter, I never missed a swimming meet. Both state meet and regional and just regular high school meets. I wasn't asking Don to take care of the children. That's my part, and that's what I was there for. I love our two children. My life was 100% raising the children. So for me, there wasn't a division.
When I went off to college, and I actually made the decision to go as far away from home as I could because I had been really tired of being Coach Watson's daughter. I had probably not much awareness as to who I was outside of that entity that I had become, kind of the swimming coach family, that we really didn't have much of a life or much sense of who we were outside of that. So I ventured away as far as the way that I could go, geographically that I could, and that was a real enlightening experience for me.
One nice thing about waiting this long to get inducted, if I had been inducted back 40 years ago, most of my swimmers were probably just in college and whatnot. Now, it's 40 years later, and they're all into successful careers and whatnot. And I'm just elated when I hear about people such as Bob Dudley, who turned TV on one night and see that he's the new CEO of British Petroleum, and that just gives me a thrill.
I've seen this happen for him for 62 years. It's not just all of a sudden it's happened. He's been doing this, and it's great. I am very sorry that they did not give all of these accolades to Don many, many years ago. I think it's wrong to be 85 and get things that he should have gotten many, many years ago.
As I grew older, I realized that we all have our choices in life on how we look at the experiences that we've had. And you can grow bitter, or you can really take some time to analyze the blessings that you can take away from the experiences that you have. And about, I guess it was 15 years ago, when Dad was inducted into the Hall of Fame in Hinsdale, was my first real opportunity to look at my experience growing up through an adult's eyes, and to really see, for lack of a better word again that I keep saying, the blessing that I had. And not to be bitter or angry that I didn't have a father that was very participatory in my life, but to really look at what he had meant to so many other people. And that was absolutely thrilling for me. I think it was a real pivotal point in my life when I went back to Hinsdale, and there had been many years since I had been there, and saw countless people come up to Dad and embrace him and hug him and tell him what a difference that his coaching had made in their lives. And I stepped back and I realized that, I guess from a young child I had always known this, but never really embraced it until that moment, that there was so much of a greater good that my brother and I had participated in. That really from a young age it really never was about us. That probably there were times we really desperately wanted it to be about us. We wanted Dad to recognize us, to know us, to remember our birthdays. There were many years growing up that I don't think my dad even knew when my birthday was, or frankly even maybe how old I was. But it was at that moment when I saw the differences that he had made in people's lives that it brought some joy to my own life. And I realized this has never been about me, and that Dad's gift was to really everybody else. And I'm totally grateful for that. And I'm completely content and happy. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to share that joy now with everybody else.
John Kinsella, Sandy Buca, Bob Dudley got inducted into the Hall of Fame based upon what they did, their performances. Okay, I'm going to get this award based upon what, not what I did. I'm there as a representative of what they did with their careers, and I wouldn't be there without them. And I want them to know that I stand there representing all of them. The thousands of boys and girls I had an opportunity to work with. Behind every successful man stands a woman, and Janet was that woman standing behind me and helping me. I can't tell you the number of parties that we put on after celebrating state meets. She'd be the one putting those parties on, not me. I just walk in and get the pats on the back for winning the state championships, and she's the one that planned all of this, But yeah, she was never got enough credit for what she did for my career. Yeah.
I respected him tremendously when he was coaching because he did work hard, and he should get everything given to him on being the best swimming coach.
Gosh, it's the pinnacle of success. Any national swimming coach in the country aspires that one day they might get inducted to this Swimming Hall of Fame, and it's a dream that I've had for years, and now it's become a reality, and I'm elated.